Minister, thousands of people will gather outside the Dáil at 5:30 this evening to express their absolute outrage and fury at the genocidal massacre that Israel is inflicting on the people of Gaza as we speak. Blowing children to bits, mothers, innocent civilians, blowing up residential buildings, blowing up schools, blowing up hospitals, blowing up churches, blowing up mosques, starving the people of water, food and electricity, and systematically destroying the infrastructure necessary for the sustenance of human existence. This is a genocide, and much of the fury of those who are protesting is directed at your government and the European Union for its shameful failure to act to stop a genocide as you are required to do under the Genocide Convention. All of the European states are signatories to the Genocide Convention, put together in 1948 after the horrors of the Holocaust, in order precisely to prevent the commission of future genocides. So when I hear the Taoiseach say no order of the International Court of Justice under the Convention will stop this genocide, it begs the question, what is the point of the Genocide Convention? What is the point of the International Court of Justice? It's a shameful statement. The entire point of the convention that was signed by more than 150 countries, the entire point of the International Court of Justice was to prevent the commission of genocides like those that were committed against the Jewish people by the Nazis in the Second World War. And now we find the Israeli state committing a genocide and stating publicly its intention to do so, as the South African legal team explained in detail, calling the Palestinians animals, saying they're going to deprive them of food, water and electricity, referring to Amalek, a biblical reference to the murdering of all men, women and children, saying they're going to bring nothing but destruction to the people of Gaza, making it clear they intend to drive them out. Stating explicitly they're going to commit a genocide and then committing it in front of our eyes. But another thing about the Genocide Convention is any state that fails to act under this convention is itself in breach and potentially complicit with that genocide. And this is the truth about the European Union, and indeed why I suspect the Irish government won't take action under the Genocide Convention, because it doesn't want to fall out with its friends in the European Union and in the United States, who are up to the necks in supporting Israel's genocide in Gaza. Billions of arms trade from the United States and the European Union, which has increased during the course of this genocide. European governments arming the Israelis to blow men, women and children in Gaza to pieces, who have given Israel impunity. And one of the really disgraceful aspects to the complicity of the European Union is the perpetuation of a false and dishonest narrative that somehow this is a conflict between a supposedly democratic Israel and Palestinian terrorists. Now that is an absolute lie. Israel was born in an act of terrorism in 1948, the Nakba. That event was characterized by massacres in Deir Yassin, in Tantura, and the use of terrorist methods to expel 750,000 Palestinians from hundreds of villages and towns in an act of terrorism. Within days of the agreement of the UN partition plan, at that time Israel set out to move way beyond and breach the terms of the partition plan and seize Palestinian land and ethnically cleanse the Palestinians. And for decades since, there has been wave after wave of ethnic cleansing, decades of illegal occupation, a 16-year-long siege of Gaza, the systematic killing of Palestinians who resist and have the right to resist. Because you see, under international law, an occupied people or a people who are a victim of apartheid have the right to resist. The regime that occupies them or imposes apartheid on them or attempts to kill them through genocide does not have a right to defend that. It simply has an obligation to dismantle those structures of occupation and oppression. Why won't the Irish government stand with the oppressed Palestinian people?